We are live. Hello there, guys. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all had a great week. And Kate, we'll get started right away. So first of all, I've noticed that most of us have paid. Over the past couple of days, we did post on our fan page, which is good. I try to get into most of yours and make a comment and share and do whatever we had spoken about last week. And I know you guys reciprocated and did the same. And Dig, I know I saw your post. I didn't get a chance to jump on your page yet, but I will a little bit later today. So, again, we don't have to, post something on our fan page on a daily basis. If you have the time and you can do it, that's great. But once you do make some sort of a post in your fan page, just in case we're not getting notifications, just put a little post, just a little quick, drop something quick in our focus group, and just say that you, like we did today and yesterday, just a little link over there, permalink or whatever you have, or just a link to your fan page, and we'll find a post that we can comment on. If you have a specific one that you want us to comment on, then leave the permalink for that one. We'll go directly to that one, and we'll make a comment and share and like it and do all that good stuff. So that takes care of that. So what I want to do is just like we normally do, just start real quick by opening it up. We'll start with Deb, and just let us know what you for accountability, just let us know what you did this week and how your week was, in spite of your busy schedule and your work schedule and everything else. So, Deb, you are on.
Well, I posted a few videos. Mark Harbert does his morning calls a little bit later in the morning. So, right when I get on lunch, his live call is over. But I was getting on there and seeing what kind of stuff he was saying, and the morning calls aren't that long. So I made impromptu videos based on, what he talked about in those calls, because it's short, sweet, and to the point. And then he was talking about, just jumping on and making a video in your car and, whatever. So that's what I did. I think I did 2 of those, and one on the bus and one in my car. And I started working on my blog. And because I skip around, I was having problems, so I think I just better go to the theme that I picked and follow instructions in there. I don't know why I do that. I always click around, clicking around and clicking around, trying to figure things out. But I think in this case, I need to go to the theme and just follow the steps. So I have a post on my blog. It looked really funny this morning when I woke up, so I went in there, and it looks better, but then I discovered, well, I better follow the steps to the theme and make sure that it's going to be okay. So that's basically what I did this week, and I have one munchkin today. I have the oldest munchkin today, so it's not as hard. The other munchkin escaped onto the sidewalk last week because older munchkin had left the door open, and when I was making little munchkin popcorn, she disappeared and ended up on the sidewalk. So, you always have to watch her. You never know what she's getting into. But anyway, that's what I did.
Yes, first of all, you definitely have to watch munchkins. You never know what kind of trouble they're going to get into. I got to tell you, your videos that you made both on the bus and in the car were awesome. They were really, really great. And the thing that I loved about them the most is that they were so natural. They were very impromptu. They were very spontaneous. They were unscripted. Obviously, if you're doing it from a car while you're driving, you're not going to be able to read from a script. And I think that when you make that kind of a video, when it is unscripted, and scripted videos are great, and PowerPoints and all that other good stuff is wonderful too, but it just comes across in a much different way, and it's so much more natural when you're able to go ahead and able to do something where it's not scripted. And you came across very natural. The content was great. I love what you did with the DMO, with what Mark Harbert said, because largely that is what most people tend to do with a DMO. A DMO is great because you have a guideline for what you want to do on a daily basis, but it doesn't differ that much from a list. What most marketers will tell you to do is have a daily to-do list, and in much the same way, that's your list of what you want to accomplish for that particular day, that particular week, and you go in, you try and do as much as you can in the time allotted, and you cross things off as you come across them and as you can. And I think that that's a good approach as well. if you work, full time and you're a part-time marketer, you don't have a lot of time and you can't really get everything accomplished, you do as much as you can from a given list on a given day. So I think that was a great tip. I love what Mark said. I love how you presented it. So that was fabulous. And it's good that you found some time to work on your blog too. So definitely a productive week. Keep up the great work with the videos. I really, really loved it. Just please, please, please be very careful when you're making them in the car and you're driving. I know a lot of marketers will just sit in their car and not actually be driving. I know a lot do drive while they're making the videos, but just, watch yourself and be careful. I haven't done one in the car yet, and that concerns me a little bit, and that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't yet.
Well, when I did it, I wasn't looking. I made sure the phone was on me, but I was looking at the road as I was talking. I wasn't looking at the phone. So if I get one of those holders, like, if your phone is a GPS, which mine is, get one of those holders and just sit it there. It'll be easier than holding it. But I wasn't looking at the phone, per se. I was driving and just talking. But that's what I love about Mark, is that his stuff is short, sweet, and to the point. So you can go in there, like I can go in there at lunch and not sit there for the whole entire time and take what he says and then just make an impromptu video because it's not that long. If it's like a whole article that you write and you want to say what that article says, then that's where I have a problem remembering. I have to script it because I can't remember everything, So I didn't get much conversation with people going on this week online as I would have liked to. I did some, but I guess you can't do everything. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you definitely can't do everything, and I think that what you did accomplish is really critical stuff, because that's evergreen. When you make a video and you put it out there, you upload it to YouTube, you send links, people share it, people comment on it, even if a lot of engagement didn't happen yet, it possibly still will. As we as a team, as we share your videos and everything, that stuff is going to be out there. It's going to be ranked on Google. It's going to be seen by people, as long as you have it tagged and you use keywords, especially on YouTube. And that's great content, especially if you have your fan page where you put it, or for those of us that have groups and communities, that's a great place to put it, because eventually people will see it. And as you're having conversations with people also, you can not only put it on your blog as a video blog, but you can also, just when you're having a conversation with somebody, tell them you have a video that you just made, you got some great information, you love their feedback on it. It's from, based on some information you got from a very, very well-known marketer, Mark Harvard, and this is your take on it. You just wanted to pass it along. If you've got a list and you want to send out a broadcast email to your list, that's something great also to put in your basically your broadcast email. Is just great, valuable content with a link back to, tell them a little bit about it, how important a DMO is, and with a link back to your video. There's so many ways to drive traffic back to your video that it's something that you should definitely do. We should all do when we make videos. Keep it out there. It may go viral, it may not go viral, but enough people are going to see it, enough people are going to comment on it, and that's what's going to separate you from a lot of the other marketers out there. You're going to be, get that know, like, and trust, because you're creating content that, it doesn't matter how many other marketers might have created the same content before you. The fact is, this is your spin on it, and this is just showing you as a real person. People that are watching that are going to get to know, like, and trust you, and when you come across that naturally, people are going to be attracted to that. So it's great. So what you did this week, just by making those 2 videos, I think was fabulous, and that's very, very, very productive week. So, definitely great work.
One person did share it, because I think I made it on my personal page at first. It wasn't the live one, but one person did share it to her page. I saw that. So.
Yeah, that's great, and I shared it on my page also, so it went into my news feed, and, whether you get comments on it or not, people see it, you're going to get views. Now, Facebook sometimes does not show the views that you get. I know, it'll show, it used to show, like, even in my community, it used to show how many people had seen a particular post. It's not supposed to. Sometimes it shows it, sometimes it doesn't. But, also, if you have it, especially on your fan page, you're going to see how many people viewed that video. So even if they don't comment, they're seeing it. And so that's, you're getting that recognition, you're getting that acknowledgement, even if it's not in written form, and even if they didn't make a content. So it's out there, and people are going to continue to see it over a period of time. Anyway, Dig, if you want to unmute yourself, love to find out what you accomplished this week.
Hello,
Yep.
everybody.
Hi there, Dig.
Yes, what I did, I've got a sort of a regular DMO now. The main one, 90%, is being on Facebook, where I connect, I engage, I post, I make follow-up, I use the friends strategy, and I also use this one of seeing people on the site, and when I see somebody on, I jump, and then it's so nice when you hit that and the person responds immediately. So it is the posting, growing my list in the community. Instagram also, I'm still continue posting on it. Then I've got also a major project which I am doing in that my niche of interest is customer follow-up. Now, when I started it, I thought that no, I want to see people even before they are my customers. So I thought customer follow-up was not the way. I thought client. Client means even those who are still going to become my customers. And I've been promoting that, I would say, like mad. Just recently to hear from my great mentor and friend, Gavin Mountford, saying, I'm losing the boat because what is client follow-up? He knows what client follow-up is, but many people wouldn't know. And I took this to Mark, who said, yes, client is not a business language. So I'm really missing the boat. So you can imagine now, most of my writing is on client follow-up care. So I'm busy now rewriting, changing as far as I can, client to customer. And I find this to be a mammoth task. However, it will be done. I did on the fan page, I made a post of my very niche client follow-up care. So what I can say, okay, another interesting thing is that there was this invitation to join the, I think, 100 Leads program, where I applied, and I had a one-on-one Skype call with Gavin on Thursday. And then I did tell him my position. One of the conditions put there, you say, Gavin, I am totally broke. And that's the one I said, well, not totally broke, but I couldn't afford to buy a course now. One of my things I have to do, as I said previously, I'm looking at things that I bought before, and I would rather sort of upgrade them, optimize them, than buy more, because I've been buying, because it says invest in yourself, I invest in yourself, I invest, but I leave the things I invested in behind. Now what I'm trying to get back from the investment what I put in. So I did say I wouldn't go with this 100 lead course, but it was so nice going one-on-one with this thing. The one now I'm proposing to follow is one of my great mentors and friends also. Mark, we have to jump on Skype. Then I'm going to write a post on that. Thanks. That's what I would like to.
That's great, Dig. First of all, I noticed I got a notification on Facebook that you did change the name of your community, and I think it is good. I mean, client follow-up, and like Gavin said, he happened to be 110% absolutely correct, and I agree also, is that that's something that not everybody is going to really relate to, they're not really going to understand, even though it's a common term. People look at it, it's more of a professional thing, like if you're an attorney, you have a client, certain businesses, you'll have clients, but in the online world, it's more common that you're really going to have customers, you're going to have reps. So as long as you're in online marketing and trying to attract other online network marketers, affiliate marketers, internet marketers, it is better if you just, use the term customers. And you hit the nail on the head. Follow-up starts right at the very beginning, even before they become a customer. If you send them a link for a training, if you send them a link to go to a webinar, like for MLSP on a Wednesday webinar, you want to follow up, make sure that they registered. You want to make sure that they actually attended the webinar, what they got out of the webinar, what the biggest takeaway was. And that's all before they ever become a customer or a client or anything else for that matter. They're just a lead, they're just a prospect, but you start following up right from the get-go. And then if you send them a presentation link, whether it's to your primary business, whether it's to MLSP, then you continue the follow-up. Once they become a member or a customer, you continue the follow-up. Follow-up is something that starts at the very early stages and just continues throughout the entire sales process. And it's great. It's a great niche to have because not everybody, as a matter of fact, I don't know too many people, even though they'll talk about the importance of follow-up, I don't know anybody who really has a community dedicated to that or, a funnel dedicated to that. And I think that's very, very important, and that should attract a lot of interest and a lot of attention. A lot of people should resonate with that because that is one of the things that most network marketers do not do properly and don't do consistently. So I think that you can certainly help a lot of online marketers with doing that because a lot of people leaving money on the table, they're losing a lot of leads, they're losing a lot of, even if you have a member. I know a lot, look, it's happened to me as well, and my follow-up I think is pretty good. But there's so many opportunities out there, and so many people are jumping around from one opportunity, of course, the one shiny object to the next. So even if you do have a member, somebody in your primary, somebody in MLSP, if you're not always following up with them and doing things to show them that you care, that you're concerned, that you're trying to help them, the minute another opportunity presents itself, they're gone. They're going to jump ship. So it's that constant follow-up is really, sometimes it can be a lot of extra work, unfortunately, but it's very, very critical, and it's going to make you stand out and make you unique because most marketers will not do that. So I think that's great that you're doing that. I think it's great that you had a chance to have a one-on-one with Gavin as well, which is good because he's certainly full of information. He's my mentor too, and I've learned a lot from Gavin over the years. So I think that what you're doing, even though it is a lot of work, I think it's very, very important, and it's great what you've done so far. So, congratulations. Definitely keep up the great work. So you had a very, very productive week as well, and you did a lot. So excellent work, Dig, and just keep it up. And definitely, I look forward to you and I having a Skype chat also. I know it's been a while since we did, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, Glenn, if you want to unmute yourself and let us know how your week went.
Well, I did a lot this week. I didn't accomplish a lot though. I looked at my Facebook business page, and I need to revamp it quite a bit. So I started doing that. I think I rewrote some of my bio, changed my. I've got to change my email address. I was looking for that to create for the domain name that I have, and I did the funnelizer training in MLSP, so I know how to create the use the funnelizer for other offers, basically. And then on the MLSP blog, I went in the back office. I was going to try to finish setting it up, and I couldn't get into it. I got into a portion, but I couldn't get into the ad. I mean, I logged into the admin area and everything, but there wasn't any way for me to. Distractions here. To do the panel. The panel wasn't present, so the dashboard. So I couldn't do anything. So I've got to probably do a support ticket about that or see what I did wrong. Let's see. And I organized my physical space somewhat. I've got, I started a program, and that's the first thing they said to do is get your space organized, which it's gotten overwhelming now. So I've got a plan in place, and I'm taking action every day to get something done, because I don't want to spend all my time cleaning and organizing, so because it would take a good couple of weeks full time, because I moved in from another place, and so I've got boxes everywhere, and the garage is filled as well. So I don't have very much furniture, thank heavens. I've got like 3 pieces of furniture, but so to deal with that, it's starting to feel like I've got room to move again. So.
That's great. Now, I'll tell you something, Glenn. I have to correct you about one thing. I know you said that you did a lot this week, but you didn't accomplish a lot. I think you accomplished a tremendous amount. I mean, anytime you can get, stuff done, stuff that's on your to-do list, things, even if it's not directly related to business, creating space and doing all those things makes it easier for you when you're ready to do your business. It just makes you more efficient and more productive. So these are all things that are going to, when you start getting back online and doing the online marketing, it's going to just make it, easier for you. And you'll be able to, expedite things a little bit more easily. So I think you accomplished a lot, and I think that's great. And sometimes, again, it's not just about going out there and marketing and creating content. It's about just things that have to get done in the background and things that you have to set up just to make your workspace a little bit more workable. So that's good. You did a lot of stuff. I don't know what happened with the blog and the dashboard. It could have also just been a temporary, glitch on the part of MLSP. They might have had some server issues. But yeah, if you still can't find your dashboard and get into it the conventional way, then definitely send in a support ticket, and I'll get back to you quickly. But
Okay.
but you had a great week. So just keep up the great work. And Miss Tamara, last but certainly not least, you're on. How was your week?
Well, actually, I've been kind of sick this week. I've been having sinus issues, and my face has been swollen all week. So I definitely did not want to be doing videos with a swollen face. But later in the week, it finally went down. I did have some technical issues. Finally got that resolved, so I can at least be on a video now.
Great.
Even though I was not feeling well, I had a goal of having 100 members in my community by the 12th, because that's my 100 days of this month, the 12th of this month, and I reached that goal 8 days in advance. So just a few days ago, I had my 100th member come in, apply for my application for the ambassadorship, but I haven't heard anything back. So I don't know, does it take me, or I don't know if you need to follow up. They did ask who was my referral, and I told them it was you. So I don't know if they contact you first or what the process is. I just know that I've sent in my application, but I have not heard anything. The way I ended up doing that, even though I wasn't feeling well, is connecting with people that I already have that was on my page. I came across this one gentleman I have not spoken to in 2 years. We were in another program together 2 years ago, and that's how we connected. And come to find out, he and I has a lot of the same vision. Are you living the life that you want to live? What is your passion? MLM may not be that passion. Building a team may not be that passion. But so I spoke to this one girl, and come to find out, she has a BS, Bachelor of Science in Accounting. And she was saying how she thinks MLM is just a scam, this and that. She's been in other things. And I asked her what her passion was, and come to find out it's accounting. So we're continuing to talk, because I feel that that's her business. That's what she needs to do, is offer her services as an accountant or even a consultant for accounting for a home-based business. I'm not sure what all the ins and outs of things that I can apply for is my taxes. So once I continue the conversation with her, and I want to, the way I see how the program could work is to bring her into MLSP, because when she gives out the free training, she can also get them in MLSP, and of course having her services on that page as well. So I haven't quite had a chance to talk with her. She's been busy lately, but that was the first person that really been able to resonate with, that has the same thing. It's like, well, MLM is not really for me. It's not what I want to really do for my rest of my life. I'm not into selling lotions and potions, but I am into selling and providing education. So that's been my week this week. But mainly because I've been sick, I have not been able to do as much as the DMOs I want. But I stayed diligent to make sure I got my my 100 members.
That's awesome, Tamara. And before I say anything further, I know we sort of celebrated with you in the in our group chat, but before we go any further, I want you to do a happy dance for us right now. Do your happy dance, because that's a major accomplishment. You set a goal, you accomplished it, you know, earlier than you thought you would. So that's a job well done. There you go. It's the
one
happy
thing
dance.
I want to say. The one thing I want to say, and I want people to understand this, I actually had 2 goals set for that 100 days, and just because of the way things went, I just, there's no way, but I do not foresee me getting to my second goal within that 100 days, but that's okay, because I at least accomplished the one goal to prove to myself that I can set a goal, I can accomplish it, so now I can reset my other goal and then focus on it. But it won't be 100 days. I'm planning on hopefully doing it within 30. But the fact is that, you know, don't beat yourself up because you didn't get both goals. Celebrate that you at least reached the one.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And you will achieve your other goal. I mean, it's difficult to have simultaneous goals running at the same time and trying to accomplish everything, because you really need to have your focus, you know, on one goal, let's say, at a time. And then you accomplish that goal, the other one will certainly come in time. There's no doubt about it. But you know, these things take a little bit of time, and you know, certainly, and you're absolutely right to say don't beat yourself up about it, because you know, and one of the nice things about a SMART goal is that you can reset your goal. You can reset your, you know, your deadline and your date that you want to accomplish that goal. If you don't do it in 30 days, a lot of people, or 60 days, a lot of people might give up on it altogether. But that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is just say, okay, I accomplished one goal, now I'm ready to reset the deadline on my second goal, and I'm giving myself another 60 days. And if you don't do it in 60 days, you are getting closer and closer and closer. So then you say, okay, I'm going to make it 90 days. Just don't give up on your goal, but you can certainly reset the deadline if you need to. A lot of people don't do that. They'll just give up on the goal. So I think what you did is the smart thing to do, and it is a SMART goal, and there's no doubt that you're going to accomplish it. So it's just a matter of time. And yeah, I know that you certainly aren't beating yourself up about it, and you certainly shouldn't, and nobody should. So no, what you did, you had a great week in spite of the fact you were feeling under the weather. So again, congratulations for achieving your goal. I will reach out. Normally it takes usually no more than about 48 to 72 hours. I know that Elmer Standick was the one that was reviewing when you'd send in the application previously. I know he was the one that would go in and review the community just to make sure that you met all of this, you know, whatever, you know, they have set as the standards and all the requirements. I don't know who's doing it now. I don't believe he's doing it, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's why there's a little bit of a delay. But I will reach out to Gavin and just mention to him that you did submit your application. He and I have had conversations about it previously. So he knows that you were getting very, very close, and he knows that regardless of the level you are in currently at MLSP, you know, you have my blessing, and I think you deserve 150% to be an ambassador. So I know he's behind that also, you know, 150%. So it's just a matter of time. So you're just about there, so congrats. You did a great job. Anyway, guys, I want to, in the remaining time that we have, you know, I just want to, you know, it's already 12:30, so we'll go hopefully no more than like another half hour. But I want to start doing some quick screen shares. And one of them, might be something that you guys already have done or know how to do. But as long as we're focusing a little bit more on our fan page, especially for those of us that don't have communities right now, I want to make sure that on your profile, you know exactly how to, because you want to drive traffic, you want to get likes, you want to get people to come back to your fan page. So it's important that on your profile page, you have a link that people can see. So when you create content on your profile page and you send people to your timeline, people from there can also go right over to your fan page and give you a like and follow you over there. So you guys, like I said, may already be doing this, but if you're not, I just want to do a quick screen share just to show you where to go to do that. And then a couple of other, I guess, marketing or training things for MLSP and system campaigns that I want to go over. So let's see where we are here. Okay, can you guys see my Facebook page over here with me scrolling a little bit?
Yes, you're good.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's great. So I'm going to go back to my profile page. And what you guys can do, like right over here, is where you have information that you can put basically about your occupation. You know, that's what they basically call it, but it's really just, you know, you're on to create your online presence. So right over here at the top, you can see I have visit and like my page. And then what Facebook is nice enough to do is that they actually will automatically give somebody a visitor your page a clickable link. So the only thing you have to do is in that section over there, you can just click on this little edit icon over here, and then it's going to tell you what you currently have going on over there, and then you can update your information. So if you click on the link to update your information, you can just add a workplace. And the only thing you have to do, and I'll go into edit over here, so you can see exactly what you have to do, is you basically, for your company, you're going to put in your fan page. And once you start typing in the name of your fan page, it should start populating it, and then you just have to click so it goes in there. And then for position, they already have, you know, default information that you have to choose from, but visit and like my page is their default, which is really the only one that you need to use. So that's where you go and do it, and you can add, you know, certainly more than one workplace. So what I have, so that's where you would go to make sure that on your profile page, when people visit it, and they will because you're putting a lot of content on your profile page, so when people go there, they're going to look at this information as well to learn more about you. So let them see and have a link over there so they can go right to your fan page. And I also have information over here about being a founding ambassador at Networking Superstars. So you can list a couple of different things over here. Like I have Global Internet Entrepreneur, but it also links back to my fan page. So this way, if they don't click on the one link, they might click on the other link, and that'll drive traffic back. And that's always a good thing to be able to do that. So if you guys have any questions about that, you can unmute and ask me, and then I'll go on to the next share that I want to do.
Would that be a good place to also could I put my blog? To say to visit my blog?
Absolutely, for sure. You can definitely do that. Let me just see something over there. You know what? Let me take that back for a second, because I think that they only allow you in this section over here. I believe they only allow you, being it's basically defaulted for Facebook. I think they just want to keep people on Facebook and have that be Facebook property. But what you can do with your blog, which is what I did, is just in your About Me section, details about you and all that good stuff over there, where you basically put in your bio. You can edit that information, add information, remove information, but you can see over here right at the top of the About Me, because that's also a key area, key property, because when people are looking to possibly become your friend, they're going to want to find out more about you. And one of the first places I always go, and we've spoken about in the past, is really, you know, going to the About Me page. So right up at the top, you can see I've got Join My Community. So if you don't have a community, you can put in your fan page over there as well. You know, you don't want to necessarily just have it in the one place. If you've got some key property that you want to drive traffic to, you want to put it in multiple places. So certainly the About You is a great place to have your community. If you don't have a community, you can put your fan page there as well. But you can see I've got Visit My Blog. So that's probably the better place to put it, because that's where people are going to look also when they want to find out more about you. That's one of the first places most people go, and that's certainly the first place I always go when I'm checking somebody out. So I would suggest that's probably the best place to put it.
If you can do it with, so if the other part where you can then do your community there as well then, because of staying within Facebook?
Absolutely, sure, that's a good point. Sure, you can definitely do that. So yeah, if you can put them in multiple places, if it's, you know, if it's a Facebook site, you know, whether it's your community, whether it's a fan page, certainly put as much Facebook property as you can over in that section over here. But certainly, I would also put it, you know, if you can't put it there, certainly put it in your bio. If you can put it in both places, put it in both places. You know, you just don't want to have too many links showing in your bio, but if it's to a community, if it's to a blog, something like that, to a fan page, that's pretty standard stuff where it's not, you're not pitching a business opportunity. So that's all fine to do. So yeah, you should be able to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that myself later because I didn't do that over here. I didn't even try to do that. That's a good point. That's something I missed on. I should have done it. I just put it in my bio. So we'll all probably find out together if you can do it here. But being it's Facebook property, yeah, I can't imagine that you're not able to. So that was a good point. Any other questions or comments before I jump to the next thing? Okay, then what we'll do over here now, actually I'm going to come back to you guys for a second because I want to go into my MLSP back office. So I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to come back to you guys, and I'm going to switch it now to MLSP. Now, I had gone through, Aaron Parker has a great training. I'm going to show you exactly where it is. I believe it's one of the areas that we spoke about previously last week. But just to make sure, we're going to go back and jump in there again real fast anyway. Okay, can you see my MLSP Pro right now, my MLSP page?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now over here, whoops, in the, let's see, in the training area, where you've got MLSP affiliate strategies. Now we did cover this, but there's a specific training that I just wanted to mention to you over here. Now again, you may have seen this, you may have already gone through it, I don't know. But over here it's, let's see, yeah, earn affiliate commissions. No, maybe that's not it. Hold on one second. All right, let me check. Because it was a training by let's see.
Is this by Aaron, or we're talking about the DMO that you did?
Yeah, this is Aaron Parker's training, but I don't remember if this is the one. Hopefully it is. It might not be. No, this is just the MLSP training. Excuse me?
What was the topic?
You know what? I just remembered where it was, so I'm going to show you in a second. It's if you go to the marketing strategies. Okay, in the marketing strategies, okay, system campaigns, get leads now. Okay, that was where Aaron's training was. It was, there's a training there by Aaron. I went through most of it because I wanted to see if he discusses anything different than we've discussed, you know, in our Hangouts. And he showed a couple of great things. Now, it's a bit of a long training. It's over 2 hours, close to 2.5 hours. So I just wanted to touch base on a couple of important takeaways that I had from it. And there's also another training over here with Diane Hoffman. I haven't watched that, but I'm sure that's very good as well. But if you get a chance and you have a little bit of time, because I'm just going to give you a little bit of information now from there. This is a very, very good training about the importance of and the best way, and it gives a lot of good tips on, you know, how to use the system campaigns. Because as long as we're talking about getting everybody to, you know, to level L1 as quickly as possible, one of the best ways to do that, which we have discussed in the past, is by using system campaigns. And there are some good ones. They're always adding new ones. And Aaron shows you examples right on Facebook, because that's where he does most of his marketing, like most of us do. And it's really, it's an untapped gold mine to a large extent. And you know, every time you make a new friend, you get a new community member, it's not just a friend, it literally is a lead, it's a prospect. It's somebody who's not just a lead, but a qualified lead. So it's very important to get the system campaigns out there, you know, with teaser posts and other things, and going into different groups and not dropping links, but going about it the right way. And Aaron points out a couple of very good ways to do that. So if you guys get a chance, that's something I think you should definitely check out, because it's a very, very good training. But I'm going to jump out of here and go back to Facebook, because I just want to go over a couple of things very, very quickly so you'll get an idea as to some of the information he gave that I thought was very good, similar to what we're already doing, but with his spin on it. It's, you know, the way he actually does it. And there was another, I think it was on the MLSP blog recently, there was another training video from Lisa Torres that I watched a little bit of also, and she came up with something that I haven't even used, which is very good. So I want to show you that real fast as well. So I'm coming back to you guys real fast, and I am going to go back to Facebook. Okay, can you see my profile page over here on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to share a different page. Okay, can you see where it says personal development over here on the page that I'm on?
What side? I'm not seeing.
Okay, then I have to come back and I have to go in and share that specific page. So give me a second, and we're going to just do that real fast. Okay, let's jump back there. Okay, can you guys see now? Okay, see where it says personal development? Okay, now one of the things that we can do, now I know we've spoken in the past about groups that are spammy, and we know there are certainly a lot of those, probably the majority of the groups that are out there are spammy. But there are a lot of very, very good groups that are not spammy. And you certainly want to connect, you want to be able to post content over there, get eyeballs to your content. And you also want to be able to connect with marketers. Now, if you have, let's say with me, one of my passions and part of my niche is personal development. But there are a lot of network marketing groups out there and affiliate marketing groups. So basically, it's the same thing. And you want to go out there and you want to see people that are commenting. So not only do you want to comment on their content, which we've spoken about in the past, but you also want to friend these people, especially if they're providing value and they're also network marketers. They're going to be highly qualified leads. So one of the things that that Lisa suggested, which is a very good idea, is if you go to the members section of a particular group, one of the things you can do over here by the default is if you open that up, you can actually set this so you can see all the members by join date. And that'll show you the most recent people that joined. So if you click on that, it's going to show you all the people that were just added or the latest ones. Now it looks like this is showing about 3 months ago. So it looks like they haven't really added anybody in a while, but they've got over 5,000 members. So one of the things you can do, you can check out a lot of these people. You know, you'll see if you're already a friend and you're connected, or if you want to add them as a friend. So at that point, you can just click on, you know, on whoever they are, go into their profile and take a look around. Check out what they have in their bio and their about me. See if they are marketers. See if they've currently posted or recently posted on their timeline, or if they're largely inactive. If they're inactive, certainly you don't want to bother. But this is a very good way to really find people that you resonate with, that you want to become friends with, that are in your niche and that will be qualified leads. And basically, you're just reaching out, you're sending a friend request, and then we know what to do from there, and then start the conversations. So that's always key. So this is a good way to do it. And the other thing that Aaron mentioned, which is a very good thing to do also, when you're posting in a group, you want to make sure that your posts are not going to be deleted, and you want to make sure that you are not doing anything that's basically against any of the rules and regulations that they have in a particular group. So one of the good things to do is to reach out to, or you can do both, or tag the admin in the group when you make certainly at least your initial post. And in that same area over there by the members, you're going to see the admins. So you'll know how many admins there are in that particular group. And if you click on it and open it up, it'll tell you who the admins are. And one of the other ways that you can normally tell, maybe not all of the admins, but at least the main one, is when you're on the main page, there's usually going to be a pinned post. And the person who pinned that post is usually, you know, the main admin, or at least one of the admins. So when you make a post, you know, you create content, you want to make sure, at least the initial time, that you can also friend, you know, check them out and friend the person who's the admin also, because that's obviously somebody who's very, very active in network marketing, or not yet as an online marketer. Now, in this particular case, ironically, this is one where I guess they had a lot of spam going on and they were looking to clean it up. So his latest post over here, at least this one goes back a while, but he was talking about the fact that they finally got spam under control. So as you scroll down, you're going to see a lot of posts over here. And you can see that they're really not spammy. They are value posts, they're blog posts, things like that, all things that we can and should do in groups. However, the thing I want to point out that I noticed when I was scrolling through here is that most people are not getting engagement. And the reason for that is that most of these people either don't say anything, they'll just post an image and let the image sort of speak for itself, or they will put a link over here. Now, it's usually generally, and we've spoken about this with the exception of maybe your fan page, your community. I know a lot of people that go into groups put links in there, and it's okay to do that, but if it's a link back to an opportunity, it's really not going to be effective. So of course, if you want to put a link, you can put a link back to a blog post, back to a community. That's very, very effective. Or you can do basically an engagement or a teaser post where you're offering some valuable content right from MLSP with the system campaigns as a teaser, no link, so you can get people to comment. Because again, nobody here is really getting any sort of engagement, and that's a shame because you can and should get engagement. So over here, they're driving people back to a group, they're not getting any engagement. So my takeaway and my feeling, and one of the things that Aaron says, even when he posts in a group, is that even there, he doesn't use links. Because by and large, you'll find, even though it's okay to post links, the ones that do are not getting engagement. But if you have, and none of these posts really have any sort of a call to action. So if you post a teaser post where you're offering valuable training, and you know you're in a group of network marketers, you know you're in a group of affiliate marketers or internet marketers, you know that they need leads. So if you have a teaser post where you've got a training and you've got something that you can offer value, and you ask these people, you give them a direct call to action, and you tell them, comment if you would like this great training. I just went through this training the other day, and it's fabulous training. Put an image, use Jing if you have it, or any other screen capture software that you might have. Jing is the easiest and the best, and that's what Aaron talks about as well. And put a simple image over there of which I think we've all done before. I've seen it in our various posts, even on our fan pages or our profile pages. Something you can do it right from the campaign, from the system campaign, from the back office. Just do a screenshot when you open up the capture page and post that in a group, but as a teaser post without giving a link, and you'll more likely than not get engagement. And then when you get engagement, then of course you've got an option. You can either send them a private message and give them the link, or if you have a community, use the other strategy where you ask them to please join your community to get access to the training. So, those are a couple of things that Aaron suggested that I thought were very, very good. And the other thing, that he recommended also, which I've done in the past, but I haven't done it in a while, and it's also a very good idea. So I'm going to stop the share on this. I'm going to share a different page, which is the last one that I want to show you guys. Okay, can you see over here, I've got Gary Varneychuk's page over here, his fan page. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, now
yes.
Aaron happened to use this as an example, but the point is you want to go to somebody's fan page who obviously has a lot of followers, who's very, very well known, who's very popular. He used Gary V over here as an example, but it can be almost anybody. It can be Diane Hockman, it can be Bill and Michelle Pescasolido. Excuse me. So basically the bottom line is you want to go to their fan page, and excuse me a second because I got that frog back. So you want to go to the fan page of somebody who's a well-known marketer who has, and you can see over here, Gary has got over 1 million people who like his page, which is pretty amazing. But you can go to a page that certainly has far fewer than that, and the particular example that Aaron used, because he's done his own training on Snapchat, and there happened to be Gary V had a post which had a lot of comments and a lot of engagement, which happened to be about Snapchat. So what Aaron did is he added to that, he commented on that post because it was about Snapchat, and we have great training in the back office for Snapchat, one of the many system campaigns. So what he did, first of all, he gave some love to the fan page owner, and he tagged Gary in this particular comment that he made, saying how valuable his content is, and giving some other information. And then he also added to that he has some great training that if anybody would like it, just to send a PM or to comment. And he all showed right after that, a short time later, because there are so many people that go to this particular fan page, you get so many visitors that if you comment on content on a page like that, you're going to get a lot of eyeballs. He got, in a matter of a very short period of time, he had like 30 some odd comments with people asking for the training. So then again, you have the option, you send them a private message, and you can give them the link to the training directly, because then if they opt into your page, you have them as a lead, so they go into your CRM, and if you have your autoresponder hooked up as well to MLSP, they go into your autoresponder. So you don't have to necessarily bring them into a group, especially if you don't have one, you can't. But if you have a group, then that's the other option. You can ask them to please go in and gain access to the training by joining your group first. So you certainly have that option. But it's a good strategy, because fan pages are very, very, especially leaders in the industry, online marketers have a big following. That's a great place to go. They get a tremendous amount of engagement, and you'll get a lot of eyeballs.
Okay, wait a minute. So you go in and you show love by commenting. Then I missed what you said after that. How do you get them to show your training?
Okay, like over here, for argument's sake, let's see, view more comments. So you can see on this particular post, which may or may not even have anything to do with network marketing or online marketing, but as you go, especially if you go to somebody like the Pescasolitos or Diane Hockman, it's going to have, their posts largely going to have to do with online marketing. So what you do, then they always get great engagement. So the only thing you have to do is, when you make a comment, you're going to see what their post is. So you want to comment on their post first and foremost, and say something that has some meaning, and you want to tag them so that they know that you're commenting on their post. And then what you're going to do is, after you make a meaningful comment, just like we've discussed before, even by going into your news feed, you generally want to tag that person so that they're aware that you showed them some love.
Didn't want to play.
Okay, I'm happy that background noise is gone now. So you basically want to show them some love, and let them know that you've made a comment. Whether you go to your news feed, you go to a fan page, or you just leave a comment for somebody, it's important to tag that person. So if you go into somebody like Gary V's or Michelle Pescasolito, you go into their fan page, you comment with a meaningful comment on their content, and then if it's something that pertains to or is aligned with, or congruent with some of the training that we offer in the back office of MLSP, then you can just, in there, you can mention, as a matter of fact, we're speaking about Snapchat, or we're speaking about Facebook. I happen to have some excellent training that is available. If you'd like some, just send me a PM or leave me a comment. I'll be more than happy to send you that free training. And as long as you've spoken and given some love to the page owner, usually they won't care. Now, in the case of, let's say, Diane Hockman or somebody like that is an MLSP member as well, promoting something that's MLSP related won't work quite as well, because they might take exception to that. But I was just using that as an example. There are a lot of top marketers that are out there that are not members of MLSP, like Eric Worre, for instance. He has a tremendous following, gets an unbelievable amount of engagement, and you're not saying specifically in your post or in your comment, you're not saying I've got some MLSP training. You're just saying I've got some great training about Facebook or about Snapchat or about Twitter that is available to you if you're interested. And if you're interested, give a call to action. Just have them comment in that thread or send you a private message. So you're not specifically saying anything about MLSP, so you can basically do that on even a Diane Hoffman page. But you have to be careful just to make sure that you tag them so that they see you're being transparent. You're not trying to hide anything. You're being out there and you're being open. And they'll send you a private message if they don't want you to do that again, as opposed to just kicking you out of the group. Because you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize you being a member of the group, especially if it is a value-based group. So did that answer your question, Tamara?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, stopping the share and coming back to you guys. Whoops, at least trying to come back to you guys. Okay.
I see you.
Okay, very good. We are at the top of the hour. It has been an hour, so I'm not going any further. I will just open it up to you guys right now for any questions, comments, or anything else that you guys have. And then we'll call it a day after that.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Yes, sir.
About tagging these famous people. I don't know, I have a phobia for that because they are tagged so much. Now, don't they get offended for being over-tagged?
No, because basically this is not something that's going to go onto their profile or their timeline. Plus the top marketers, which we should do, I do, and I think we've spoken about it in the past. You want to make your timeline, you should make it private. Change your privacy settings so that you have to approve anything that anybody tries to, if somebody tries to tag you. I mean, sometimes it's good. If it's a team member, let's say it's one of us, like I was able to put like Deb's video on my page, so certainly you can put any content you want and share anything on your own page. But you don't want somebody else necessarily sharing some content of theirs on your timeline unless you approve it. So you can adjust your privacy settings to make sure that nobody can post on your timeline, or at least not without you approving it first, just like you would do in your community. So it's not good. So most of these online marketers, the top ones, certainly have their privacy settings set so that nothing will appear if they're tagged. It won't appear on their profile page, which is where people usually get offended. It's just going to call to their attention that you've given them some love and you've given them some recognition. And that's important. To tag somebody in that way is very, very important because you want people to know. And again, even if you go into your newsfeed and you make a comment on somebody's content, one of the other things that we've spoken about, you want that reciprocity. Reciprocity is very, very important, and good marketers do understand that, and they do believe in that. So if you leave a meaningful comment on somebody's content that you see in your newsfeed, they will see that because they may see it anyway because they'll get a notification even if you don't tag them, but it'll be easier for them to notice it if you do tag them, and then they'll be appreciative and they will want to reciprocate when they see you posting content in their newsfeed. At least they're more apt to do it. Because people don't, necessarily want to. What I was going to say, the nice thing is, we all want engagement, and engagement's important, and you want to always be in the position that you're attracting people to you. But sometimes it's very important, especially in social media, and in particular on a venue on a platform like Facebook, is sometimes you have to be the one that goes out there and does it first, especially for marketers that are a little bit more popular. They don't necessarily have the time, maybe they don't want to be bothered, but if you take the time and you go out there and you show them love first, and you tag them, or again, just anybody that maybe is in your community, like we spoke about last week, if you've you've set their notifications so that it's on, so that in your newsfeed you'll be able to follow certain people and you'll see their content appear in your newsfeed. So if you go in there and you make a meaningful comment and you tag them, when they see your content, more than likely they will also engage with you. And that's unfortunately, how it works, where sometimes you have to be the first one to make the move. You can't just post content and sit and wait for somebody to engage with you, no matter how good the content is. And that's why, as a group, one of the things that we are going to continue to do is to support one another and get the ball rolling, like we've spoken about in the past, by going in and commenting, because a lot of times marketers don't want to be the first one to leave a comment, but if they see other comments already there, they'll jump on the bandwagon, they'll add to the comment thread. So it's important to do that for one another, but also, when you do that and you get engagement going, that's going to be when people are going to reciprocate. And, if you make the first move. And sometimes you just have to do that. Other times you don't. I mean, I have people that are members of my community where they don't really have a huge presence on Facebook, or they don't post a lot of content. So there's really not much for me to go and comment on as much as I would like to. But they're constantly responding and reacting to the content that I put out there on my profile page, on my fan page, in my community. But I can't reciprocate. But I look for content from them because I want to. And whenever I do see something, I always try and make some sort of a meaningful comment. And that's how you keep the engagement going. So it's important just to remember that, don't just post content and wait for people to show up and comment. Sometimes, aside from us who are going to support one another, sometimes if you want other people to engage, especially people from your community, if you have a community, you're not getting the kind of engagement on posts that you want, engage with those people. Follow them. Make sure that you see their content in your news feed. Find out if they've got a community or a fan page, and watch for their content and comment on it. So when they see your content in your community or on your fan page, there's a much higher probability that they're going to engage with you. So hopefully that answered that question. Did that answer your question, Dig?
Yes, it did, and thank you very much, sir.
Sure, cool. Anything else before we go, guys? Okay. Okay. Then again, I love the Hangout. It was a great Hangout. Hopefully we discussed a lot of things that helped everybody. So it's great to see you guys again. And I know it's a Sunday. It's not always easy. So I appreciate you taking the time on your Sunday. And this is a record for us. I mean, just a little bit over an hour. So I'm going to get this recorded, and I'll send you a link to the chat group. And I'm also going to, again, just as a reminder, whenever you have some content on your fan page, just post a permalink or post a link to your fan page. Let us know you've got fresh new content there, and we'll get out there as soon as we can, hopefully, and comment on it.
Okay.
Okay, guys? Anyway,
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too.
See you guys soon.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.